If you are a fan of bagpipes and some spirited competition, this weekend is for you.
The Spokane Highland Games are this Saturday at the Spokane Fairgrounds. Jack Ferris is live this morning with some of the competitors and a kilt.
That's right, Derek. Don't forget the kilt and my musicians here. Brittany, Noah, and Kenya. We're going to hear more from them in just a second. But first, I want to talk to the boss man, Sean Palfrey. Sean, I hate to tell you, that doesn't look like an instrument.
Well, it's an instrument. It's actually called an implement. So this is a 22-pound heavy hammer.
What do we do with that? I don't think we're constructing anything with that.
No, this is this is one of the events in the athletics, and this is actually a distance event. So this is actually, we would throw this for distance.
Sean, you've been president of the Highland Games this is your 4th year.
Yes,
it's
sir.
been going on for 62 years. If no one's ever been, what can they expect on Saturday?
All things Scottish. We have everything. We have the heavy athletics, which a lot of people come to see. We have the bagpipes and the drummers, which are phenomenal. We have bagpipes and drummers from Canada and across the inland northwest. We got some of the best dancers in the world that come here and compete. In fact, we have a group of Spokane dancers that are coming back from the World Championships in Pennsylvania this year, where we had a couple places in the up in the top 5. We have haggis. We have
haggis tasting.
Haggis tasting.
Is there haggis cooking competitions?
No, there's not a haggis cooking competition, but there's a shortbread cooking competition.
Okay, fair enough.
We also have kids games. We have vendors. We have British cars. We have a Robert Burns poetry slam.
Okay.
So
British cars. I've seen Braveheart. From what I understand, you guys aren't huge fans of the British.
No, but they make a pretty good car.
Okay, more on that in a second. It's this Saturday. It's 9 a.m. It's at the Spokane County Fairgrounds. You guys want to play us out? We're going to have a couple of these, guys.
I love it so much. I love all things Scots.
I like the twirly there. I want to know where Mark's at on haggis.
I am in, is that a roast beef sandwich over there? is that anything other than, haggis is just one of those things that, it's like lutefisk for the Norwegians.
It's an acquired taste.
Oh, we'll taste it once and go, thank you.
Yeah, Cameron.
Check this out, guys. Does it look like I know what I'm doing? Good news is, don't laugh at me. Plenty of people at home are doing that. Good news is the 62nd annual Highland Games are coming up this Saturday. Even better news, I won't be a musician at them.
This Saturday is the Spokane Highland Games out at the fairgrounds. Our Jack Ferris is spending the morning with a few of those athletes.
That's right, Robin, and don't worry, Brittany's back on the 1s and 2s, so you won't hear me on the drums anytime soon, unless I get some requests on Twitter. I'm with the president here, Sean, and Sean, this is the 4th time you've been at the helm of the Highland Games. It's the 62nd annual, and when we think Scotland, we think bagpipes, we think throwing hammers, throwing giant trees. We don't think about the food, and you guys have a lot of food to offer.
There's all sorts of food. Of course, the most traditional Scottish food is haggis, and everybody's like, what's in haggis? And well, we don't tell you what's in haggis until you come and try it. Once you've eaten it, then then we'll let you know what it's made up of. The other most traditional, and a lot of people don't realize that, but shortbread, which is very popular around the holidays and stuff like that, it was created in Scotland. It is the most traditional Scottish cookie that there is. So we have a huge shortbread competition. So we have guys and ladies that bake shortbread that come from all over the Northwest that come and bring it, have different flavors of shortbread, different styles, trying to take the best shortbread contests out there.
Speaking of competition, I'm going to have you throw that hammer in just a second, but how many competitors, athletes, do you have coming out on Saturday?
Right now we're sitting right about 60 athletes.
How many different events of those 60 athletes?
9.
9 different events, and they're not all throwing?
No, some are for distance, some are for height, some are for accuracy. So
perfect segue. We're going for accuracy right now. Sean is going straight. Oh no, it fell down. That's bad production by my part. We have a program out there for the Highland Games. Guys, you want to play him up over here? Sean's going to try to hit it for us. He's throwing the JV hammer, the 16-pounder, the wind-up. A little far left, little wide left. That's what's good about the morning show. We get a couple more tries at this thing, guys.
Kind of like a hammer throw.
I would hope that if you're an inexperienced athlete, how far away are the crowds, on the side? If you are a fan of bagpipes and some spirited competition and some kilts, this weekend is for you.
The Spokane Highland Games are this Saturday out at the Spokane Fairgrounds. Jack Ferris is live this morning with some of the competitors, and not just about sports, it's about food too, apparently.
It's definitely about food, Derek, and we're at the portion of the show where we meet the band. This is Brittany. She's on the tenor drum.
Yes.
See, I'm learning stuff. Brittany, how long have you been playing?
Probably about 13 years.
13 years sounds about right. Can I get a little? Boom. This is Noah. Noah, you've been playing bagpipe for how long?
Roughly about 5 years now.
5 years. Can I get a little riff on the bagpipe? Nailed it. This is Kenyon. Kenyon, you've been on the snare drum for how long?
Oh, since I was 9.
Since you were 9, so like 25 years.
More than 50.
We're going over here. We're going over to Sean Pelfrey. As you guys mentioned, it's the 62nd annual Highland Games here in Spokane going on at the fairgrounds. Sean, a lot of competition going on. How long have you been competing?
This is my 10th year competing in the Highland Games.
And people, it starts at 9, but you don't have to be there right at 9. If you got something going on that morning.
No, so gates open at 9. We're there till 5:30. Opening ceremonies aren't till noon.
What happens in the opening ceremonies?
So the opening ceremonies, we have the mass bands, which is all the bagpipes and drummers get together from all the different competitors. They march in, they play some really incredible music. We do what's called a lament, which is honoring people that have passed away this previous year. We introduce all the clans. We have some dignitaries that'll be there this year. Sheriff Ozzy's going to be there this year. Mayor Higgins is going to be there. And we just kind of talk about what's going on with the Scottish society around Spokane area.
Right on. We're going to give it another attempt here. As you can see out there, there's the program. It's standing up this time for the Highland Games. I'm going to need some music. Sean's going to need some music. I'm also wearing Sean's kilt. And to answer your question on Twitter, no, I'm not wearing it in the traditional way. Let's have it, Sean. The wind up.
Get it, Sean.
Whoa, yeah,
Come
Sean.
on. Oh, no. Oh.
Yes, that's bullseye, right?
That's awesome.
Pretty perfect.
Not bad for live TV, huh?
It was better than the high five.
Getting dizzy about
I'm ready for Saturday. They're yelling at me. I'll see you guys in like 10 minutes.
Right? All right, it's been almost 5 months since we celebrated St. Patrick's Day, so if you need that bagpipe fix, we have you covered, although I'm not sure Jack is playing it appropriately.
Leave it to the professionals. This Saturday is the Spokane Highland Games out at the fairgrounds, and our Jack Ferris is spending the morning with a few of those who are taking part.
That's right, Robin and Derek. Good news is the bagpipes are back in the capable hands of Noah. I blew and I blew and I blew until I was about to pass out, and at that point Noah goes, okay, good, now start blowing. I think the bagpipe, not so much for me. I don't know if Sean Pelfrey has ever played the bagpipe, but he's certainly no stranger to the Highland Games. He's the president. It's been around for 62 years. He's been the president for the last 4. Sean, first and foremost, thank you for letting me borrow your kilt.
Oh, hey, my pleasure. Anytime.
Did you wash this bad boy before you gave it to me?
Oh, no.
No, that's fine. I felt like it was a little musty, but I'm in the spirit of the Highland Games. Sean, it starts at 9 a.m. Family friendly, right?
Oh, it's a great family event. There are kids games out there. We have face painters. We have all sorts of stuff for the kids. We have all sorts of stuff for the adults, including adult beverages.
Mark Peterson sent me a text, so there is going to be scotch at the Highland Games.
Yes, from Mark, I will make sure there's scotch there for you.
Okay. And then again, we've talked a lot about Robin Nance didn't think scones were of Scottish heritage. They very much are Scottish heritage, and there's going to be a lot of other Scottish traditional foods.
Correct. Shortbread, haggis, maybe some meat pies, stuff like that.
And again, something like 60 competitors.
Yeah, right now we're sitting, I got the athletic registration the other night. We were right at 60. I got some emails and some Facebook messages from people that are going to register at the field. So we're going to be right about 60, 66 competitors.
All right. We threw the hammer last time. What are we throwing right now?
This is a weight for distance.
It's called a weight for distance. It's actually 12 pounds heavier than what he threw last time. Go figure. I'm going to need the band here. Again, we're trying to hit the program right out there. Sean Pelfrey, the president of the Highland Games. This is his 4th and perhaps final year. It's definitely his final throw of the day, guys. Here we go.
You got the last one. Can you do 2 in a row?
Ooh, so close.
That's all right.
Sort of a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah, if you're shuffleboard, I think he's still right there in like scoring range. Then,
Definitely.
Right?
Special thanks to Brittany, Noah, and Kenyon this morning for waking up early for us. Especially a thank you to Noah for letting me play his bagpipes, and to Highland's president, Sean Pelfrey, for letting me wear his kilt. Actually, come to think of it, it's been a pretty intimate live shot this morning. It's all for the Highland Games, the 62nd annual, this Saturday at the fairgrounds. Doors open at 9. They end at 5:30. They close at 5:30, I should say. Tickets range from about $10 all the way down, and I'm told there's many, many different kinds of scotch. Mark Peterson.